Oh, you guys are making this easy for me today. Really happy. Some of these pieces of content are coming out on YouTube. It makes my life a lot easier. If you don't recognize me yet, my name is Alex. I run an AI agency in Toronto. We're trying to follow the story of real estate market, economy, immigration, all the things going on with the beautiful mess that is our country here in Canada. I gotta say, I don't think I've covered this Owl Mortgage yet, but he's a real estate guy. I know that, and his title really got me. Like I am such a clickbait guy. Like you guys, you haven't figured it out yet by now. Like I click on ads, I click on good titles. I'm susceptible to that stuff. But I haven't done a review from this guy yet. Hopefully, we can get a better freeze frame for him. Canada prioritized immigration over innovation. Now the economy is breaking. So for me, this title screams at me because our agency here, we build AI automations and workflows that can do work 24/7 without any human intervention whatsoever. And we're starting to get a lot more attention from Canadian business owners because it's looking like the actual quality of the labor on the market is not meeting the competence threshold for what businesses actually need to do work well. And so we call that the competency gap. Basically, to get someone in to do work properly, you got to pay them a certain amount, but businesses are not willing, A, or B, cannot pay that amount for that work to be done. And so the alternative to that gap is to just employ or develop and implement an AI agent that can do the work at a fraction of the cost it would require to pay someone. So that's what we do here at the agency. And I got to tell you guys, it took so long to get to like what 200 followers or something. And for me, we put these videos up so that large language models, AI, Google algorithms, they can see that we're talking about the stuff in Canada, give us better social signals for our domain, and inevitably make more money, do more business. Great. You guys need help with any digital stuff? Schedule a discovery call with our team. We'll help you. But just seeing it play out in real time in our country, it's like almost being right this much is bittersweet. We're doing well. More people want jobs, great, but like Canada and Canadians in general are not doing so well. So I just want to bring awareness to the situation through Owl Mortgages. If you guys like this type of content, we're going to continue to make it. You guys are liking and subscribing, so clearly you don't like something we're doing. But if you don't like this stuff, guys, hit dislike, leave a comment, colorful comments. We're doing a roundup of all the comments. I literally got 2-3 weeks left before I read all the comments you guys are going on about, and it's going to be a fun one. So let's get into it.
What if I told you the biggest threat to your mortgage, your job, and your children's future isn't inflation, immigration, or interest rates? It's productivity. Folks, I'm Vince Gaetano from owlmortgage.ca, and today we're talking about the economic cancer no one wants to admit is killing this country. It's not housing, not inflation.
We've talked about this so many times, but I tell you right now, people like to ignore this stuff, guys. People don't like to talk about productivity because they have to sort of look at themselves, their own operations, and say, hey, am I doing enough? And I can tell you right now, on top of an AI agency I'm running, managing stocks, trading, crypto, doing YouTube somehow through all of that, like I am so tired, guys. But I can tell you it's super productive. We're doing well and we're making money. So I very much implore and encourage people to find it in them to be more productive in this country.
Inflation, not immigration, not even debt. The recent economic reports confirms what many economists, CEOs, and even the former Bank of Canada governors have been whispering for years. Canada has a productivity crisis, a real one, a dangerous one, and one that threatens everything we rely on, from wages to housing, affordability to government services. And here's the part that will keep you up at night. Productivity isn't just an economic metric, it's your future standard of living. Let's unpack this mess. A recent Edge Analytic report by Ben Robideau paints a bleak picture. Business investment is flat. Companies aren't buying machinery, software, or technology.
I can tell you right now, they for years we try to sell. I try to sell other products to Canadian companies. They don't buy, guys. Canadian companies don't buy new stuff, guys. He's right. There's no market here for that. It's only when things are buckling and shit's hitting the fan, then Canadian companies are like, okay, well, we have to do something now. And guess what they're doing, guys? They're using AI.
They're playing defense, not offense. Output per worker is stagnating. We're working more, but not producing more. Canada is falling behind OECD peers. The US, Japan, Germany, South Korea, they're gaining ground. Canada, we're standing still. Think about this. If productivity is the engine of prosperity, Canada is driving a Toyota Corolla on one cylinder. Let's break down the part every Canadian feels. Low productivity
I like this
equals
guy.
lower wages. You can't pay higher salaries in a low output economy. Low productivity equals higher taxes. When the economy isn't creating value, the government continues to tax its citizens instead. And low productivity equals unaffordable housing. If home prices grow faster than incomes and incomes grow slower than inflation, you get a housing crisis no rate cut can solve.
Okay, so I like this guy right off the bat. Actually, you know what, Al Mortgage, you're going to get my subscription here. You guys need to subscribe to this guy. He's telling the truth, guys. He's a real realtor in the real estate space, and he's telling the truth. He gets my subscription, or he gets Peak Demand subscription, because to me, the sentence he just said. Let's listen to it one more time, guys.
If home prices grow faster than incomes and incomes grow slower than inflation, you get a housing crisis no rate cut can solve.
So our wages in this country aren't keeping pace with inflation. That means we are literally approaching zero when it comes to how much we can afford versus the cost of goods. In tandem to that, the price or the affordability on housing is just catastrophic. You need 10, 15x your income to afford the house. Guys, if it's not becoming apparent now, we have gone past the point of being able to correct out of this. The only solution to this is capitulation. It's a fallout. It's a fallout for businesses. It's a fallout for our real estate market. Businesses are going to have to shed to the point where they can then, uptake people for whatever reason. But the only thing is, and this is the big thing that I think, we really got to allude to in reality today, that watershed moment where everything's coming out, people are dropping machines, selling things, pennies on the dollar. The recovery for that, it's not going to be let's hire a whole bunch of new people with no experience. It's going to be let's implement AI systems to make our operations way more efficient and require less workers. So you're having an environment where businesses are going to be using less people to do more, to be more productive. And the hires are going to be very niche and specific, maybe for only business development roles, I believe. That's why I think if you're in sales, you'll be immune to much of this turbulence in the marketplace. I mean, if you're able to even sell to American markets, you're golden, no problem. But the regular humdrum jobs where you're sitting at a computer answering emails, guys, I can tell you right now, we just deployed an agent this morning. She is powerful. She's doing a hell of a lot of work at a fraction of the cost. So, damn, Canada, we screwed up really, really bad here, guys. And the more the reality sets in for me, I really got to look back to the guy that I was when I was 20, 21, 22 and say, you were stupid as hell back then, Alex. Like, you were a dumbass, but at least you didn't go. Maybe you were too stupid to follow everyone else into the real estate market. You want to do your own thing in tech, but I got to thank that guy for being that dumb, because now it's given me an opportunity to actually help Canadian businesses, become more profitable, become more efficient. And that's going to allow me, myself, to survive and my team to thrive. So, it's the hard reality, but I'm not going to get upset because I'm doing well and other people aren't. I remember being at a point where it might have looked like I was going through a recession and looking at everyone's, housing prices go up and stuff like that. So just interesting to see on the other side. But I can tell you right now, guys, it's not. There's no recovery in it getting better. It's a permanent tightening into the transformation of a new economy. We really got to pay attention, guys.
And low productivity
Whoa, what's going on? How did I do that? YouTube.
equals weaker healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Because you can't sustain world-class services with third world outputs. And here's the kicker. Productivity is destiny. A country that produces less eventually becomes less. Let's call it out plainly. We underinvest in innovation. Canada talks about innovation the way people talk about going to the gym. Lots of enthusiasm, zero follow through. We relied heavily
I
on
I like this guy, man, because I always compare getting into AI like training at the gym. I train at the gym 5, 6 times a week. I have an addiction to the gym. That's the bottom line. It keeps me grounded. It hurts my body. So I have, at the end of the day, I'm humbled by the pains in my body. Like if I didn't feel pain or any sort of resistance in any way, I'd be maniacal because I'm big, strong, fast, smart, kind of. So I need that to keep me grounded, but also gives me structure. I think as a man, you should have some element of structure and routine in your day. My entire day revolves around the structure of the time I put into my body. Everything else, I don't care what's going on, unless it's a real big emergency. Like, I'm getting my training in regardless. So it's so funny that he puts it like that because most Canadians like they do say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym with 2026, New Year, new me," and then they go to the gym like 3, 4 times. Nothing happens. In order to get strong with innovation technology, you got to put the reps in, you got to put the hours in over years, and then you get really good and provide a lot of value. And this is going to be hard for some people who might hear this and they might be sort of lazy, like you don't have to work that hard, you don't have to train that hard. You do. You actually do. It sucks, guys. It sucks. But when you do put in the hours, put in the reps, excuse me, you transform yourself into something that people want to be a part of. And for me, it was like, when I sit down with a client, meet them in person for whatever reason, I stand over them. I'm not well built, but I'm built enough where it's like, hey, I have there's a presence to me in the room. There are more people listen to you more. Like people listen to healthy people more. It's just like if you have the discipline to keep yourself healthy, then clearly you might have the wherewithal to do good work. So I really like that example. I'm starting to like this guy, Al Mortgage. What's his name? Might get into that. We'll see. We'll see.
population growth. It's no secret. Our growth strategy hasn't been build smarter, it's been bring in more people. You can't run an economy on population alone. You run it on productivity. And we forget that. Regulation is suffocating small business. Permits, approvals, certifications, delays. Everything takes longer and costs more. We replaced high-skilled labor with temporary foreign workers. Former Bank of Canada
Good video
Governor
on
Mark
that one.
Carney warned us about this in 2013. Now, as Prime Minister, he's dealing with the consequences of that neglect. When you import labor instead of innovating, you get more workers, but not more output. Canada used to be a nation that built things: pipelines, railways, telecom networks, hydro products, world-class manufacturing, global mining, and energy leadership. Now, we can't even build housing fast enough to accommodate our own residents. Projects take 2 or 3 times as long, cost twice as much, and deliver half as many results. We used to be productive. Now, we're simply procedural. We used to be builders. Canada was known for building stuff. Now we're simply bureaucrats. No wonder economic reports shows declining business investment in Canada. Why invest in a system that punishes speed and rewards delay? Housing becomes affordable in two ways. Okay. Home prices fall, incomes rise. Guess which one Canada refuses to address?
Incomes.
Incomes. Low productivity equals low wage growth equals affordability crisis. And so Canadians cling to debt, the only tool left to keep up. Productivity isn't academic. It's the root cause of why renewals hurt. Cash flow collapses. Renters feel hopeless. Young Canadians can't get ahead. And homeowners feel like prisoners of their mortgage. This part is simple, but not easy. We need to invest in R&D, not talk about it. We need to do it. We need regulatory reform, faster approvals,
Excuse me.
fewer barriers, more accountability. We need to build housing at scale, not boutique announcements the press uses for news clips, not ribbon cutting photo ops that never, ever start. Real supply. We need to support skilled labor, not rely on temporary low wage labor programs. We need national coordination, federal, provincial, municipal, all singing from the same songbook, because a country cannot tax, borrow, or subsidize its way to prosperity. It's not going to happen. Prosperity requires productivity, always has, and will always will. The data reports doesn't scream this truth. It whispers it. Canada has the resources, the people, the potential. What we lack is the productivity to unlock it. If we don't fix this now, the
Damn
next
it.
decade will look like the last 5 years, but worse. If you think Canada is falling behind, comment, wake up. If you want higher wages and lower housing costs, hit like. Share this with someone who still believes rate cuts will fix the economy. And subscribe, because financial literacy isn't a trend, it's a survival skill. See you next time.
Okay, guys. So even the first video, I'm even getting distracted here. First video reviewing what this guy's saying. I like him. I mean, I don't know. Subscribe to him. Or Owl Mortgages. But what he's saying is true. We have broken the back of productivity in this country, and I can't believe I'm like involved in like talking about this stuff. Like I said, again, when I was younger, I had absolutely no care whatsoever about any of this stuff. But then I get to a point where it's like, Alex, you are literally, literally building robots that are doing work at a fraction of the cost of what it would require to hire someone and train them, get them up to speed on everything. So I'm in a position now where I'm just like, hey, you're part of this. And like, it's funny because I'm digital 15 years, 10, 15 years, 10 years, 12 years. Canadians told me, we don't like you. We don't like digital. We don't want to do business with you. Go away. You're a scam artist. I had to go get customers from the States and the UK just to survive, guys, because Canadians didn't want to get into tech. Anything like basic website marketing, Facebook ads, like anything. It just wouldn't have any of it. Let me just go get another condo to rent out. That was the mentality. And I looked stupid for years because I wasn't getting into the real estate market. Guys, I got to tell you, being looking right and being right now, looking back in hindsight, it doesn't feel that good. Like, yeah, we're getting more jobs for more robots. Our customers want more robots. Everyone wants robots. But what the hell does that mean for people who don't have jobs, people who are scraping together pennies just to afford the little rental they have now? It's like I've been crying wolf for nearly 15 years, and no one listens. And all of a sudden, people are like, "Why is our country so unproductive? Why are we like making more money? Why are we making less money over time?" It's well because we didn't do what the rest of the world did: invest into technology, efficiency, systems. Like we're putting down bricks and painting wood and stuff, guys. Like primitive stuff, guys. Real estate is not supposed to be a market that carries an entire economy. It's got to end at some point. You don't have a demand and desire for real estate forever, guys. And this might suck if you're a real estate person. You're watching this. It might suck for you to hear, or you're an investor. But this is the reality of the situation. And I know I'm going to get hate in the comments. I always get hate. Like I don't care. Honestly, at this point in time, bring it on, guys. Like I welcome it because it's so palpable and so real how much the situation has changed that I sort of feel like I've got a responsibility to let people know, like, hey, this is happening, guys. Like it's businesses are going to be doing more and better work because of AI, and they're going to be making decisions around AI. They're not going to be making decisions like, oh, our new hire, she's great, or our new hire, he's real sharp. That's done. No one's looking to hire people with low skills. Like, look at the amount of requirements you have for entry level roles. You have to have 5, 10 years experience for an entry level role. What? The economy and the labor market is snapped. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this one short. If you like this type of conversation, definitely like and subscribe. If you don't like it, guys, we want to hear your comments. We want to hear dislikes. I'm so used to the bad comments now that like whenever I see them come in, I'm like, oh, it's great. We got more ammunition for our comment review at the end of the year. But I will say, whenever you guys leave nice comments, it really gets me. Like you get me in the heartstrings with the nice comments because we don't get many here. I don't get many. I get most people not liking me and telling me I'm all sorts of bad things, guys. Like, let's get serious. But when you leave something nice, like and say, hey, like your channel, continue making videos, like I really take that in. It's like, wow, these someone out there cares. But man, I pray for this country, man. So it's been my home for 37 years. It'll be my home for as long as I can tolerate it. I definitely want to have homes in the States, though, and other places. But Canada for now, I'm with you. Looking forward to the next one, guys. Bye now.